What's up, everybody? It's your girl, ARIE. Welcome back to another Late Nights with ARIE. Welcome back to another podcast. I'm your host, ARIE Amore, the ARIE Amore, and I'm back. Hey, guys. I got another guest. Can you believe that? Y'all believe it because we be rolling in with these guests, okay? I am sitting here with Miss Love Thy Belly. Oh, my God. I've been looking forward to it, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to the channel.
Well, first, let's just talk about how beautiful you are.
Thank you.
Makeup, stunning, hair, gorgeous.
You are
eyebrows.
gorgeous too, though.
Everything.
Know, the hair, is that just like temporary dye?
Yeah,
the
so
purple?
it's temporary wax paint.
I need some.
Amazon.
Girl, I
It's
will
called
go
Curls
crazy.
Unleashed.
Oh my God.
It's so good for your. It's not damaging to your hair.
Right.
It
just wash it straight out.
Straight out. I was
So-
swimming with it. It was in there still.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Just for a while though. Like it comes out
Right.
eventually in the water.
Right.
But I was in the lake, pool.
Wow, it's so
Hours.
pretty.
Thank
Is
you.
purple your favorite color?
Purple's my brand color, but so it's one of my favorite colors.
It's one of mine
yours?
too. No, black.
But
Black and purple. And when I say black, a lot of times people just like, black, why you
like
like black? But I love black. It's so dominant. And I'm like, I'm a dominant female. And the purple,
Sagittarius.
yeah, the purple just tones it down just a little bit.
Come
like,
on.
okay, I got a little girly in me.
Very complimentary.
So let's hear about your brand, girl.
Yes. So Love Thy Belly LLC is an organization that I started in 2019.
Wow.
Yes. And I started it as a campaign in 2018 via social media.
Right.
And then I decided to make it an LLC in 2019.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
And it was crazy the way it happened because
Right.
it really started as just me hashtagging my pictures.
Right.
Hashtag Love Thy Belly on my pictures. And then people kind of started.
So you started a brand name without even physically, like mentally saying, oh, this is my brand. It just happened.
Yeah.
Happened naturally.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So what was making you say love thy belly?
I love Old English language. I really
Okay.
do. And so that's where the thy comes from.
Right.
Because thy means you're in the Old English language.
Right. And most of us would have said the. This is just the.
And
I
so
love
like
it,
my
though.
affinity for language and
Yes.
art and art forms, I was like, okay, I like thy. And so at the time I was in a mentally and emotionally abusive relationship.
Wow.
And so it was kind of like my way of just being like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And your thoughts and opinions on my body.
Yes.
Because I love my body.
Wow.
In 2016, I went through this really hard transition
Yes.
of learning how to be kind to
Yes.
my body and to love my body
I
because
love
of what
that
it
you
looks
said
like.
be kind to my body.
Body kindness. There's an organization in Louisville called Body Kindness, but it means that you are taking time to be very intentional in how you're talking to your body, the foods you're eating for your body, the things you're consuming, whether that be social media, radio, anything that you're bringing into your body, your own thoughts, and the words of others. You're being kind to your body because you're being considerate and you're being thoughtful of those things. And so in 2016, a part of my own self-love journey was to write a letter to myself and apologize to myself. And it was like, it was dear Farron, I'm sorry for all of the ways that I did not show you love.
Oh my God.
And all the ways that I allowed you to think what love was.
Oh my God.
Right? Because we go through these things in life where someone's treated us badly or we've had this like traumatic experience of some.
And that's how we start
part.
to treat ourselves.
And that's how we start. Yes.
I'm a domestic violence survivor.
Oh, wow.
My children too. Their father was abusive to them. So I remember when I was coming out of that relationship, he used to talk about the weight that I gained. Because when he met me, I was real small. But when we had children, I gained so much weight. And he used to just call me names all the time and just be like, nobody's going to love you. He used to pick on me. Like, he used to buy me extra small outfits and give them to me. And I'll be like, thinking he's doing something nice and special for me. I've never told nobody this. Oh, my God. I would think he's doing something nice and special for me. And I'll open it and I'll be like, oh, this is cute. And it'll be like extra small. Knowing getting well, I can't fit it. And that was just like mind games that he would play with me. He'd be like, yo, maybe you can get into it one day. And you know I'm not going to the gym. You know I'm not. You know
that's
what I'm
not
saying?
what my focus was.
So I started just kind of looking at myself in the mirror, and I just felt nasty after so long. Like everything he would say to me stuck with me. So when you said I wrote a letter to myself, that made me want to cry because I'm like, I didn't write a myself because there's so many things I need to apologize to me for. That's why I was just so excited to have you come in here, because I just felt like you was just going to be just a real honest person just by your social media. And sometimes we just need that. Vulnerability. We just need it.
Well, that's what happened. I was very vulnerable and open publicly about my experiences, what I was having. And then I started going to therapy as well.
Wow.
And so as a Black woman, especially as a big Black woman and a woman that had a platform, I was very open and honest about my experience with therapy and uncovering all of those traumas that I had been going through, throughout my life, but very specifically at that time, because it was affecting every part of my life.
Yes. Are you still in therapy now?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, 4 years. Oh my gosh. You need to turn me on, because like, damn, am I being interviewed? But I think I need therapy sometimes, We all do. Black women, all of us.
Everybody needs therapy. You just need somebody who does not personally know you and personally know your business to just be like, this is what happened, and really this is why these people had me fucked up. Yeah. And that person might be like, you had yourself. Yeah, you had yourself. Because really that's what it is. We had ourselves messed up, but we like to put the blame on the next person. I mean, yes, I was in an abusive relationship, but I made the choice to stay. I chose the person. Oh, but you got to take accountability though. It's hard. That minute, it's hard. It's hard. It is. But I learned to take accountability of myself, because I was never going to get that out of that person. Yeah. If you sit around and you're waiting on someone to come and tell you that you're great and tell you you're awesome and apologize to you for treating you wrong, like in the perfect world, the people that hurts us will come up to us and say, oh my God, I don't know why I hurt you. You're just this amazing being, and you're beautiful. You're full of love. I didn't know how to handle you. Realistically, that's just not going to happen. Yeah. So you have to give it back to yourself. Yeah, you got to. And that's what Love Thy Belly can stand for as well. You're taking accountability for yourself. This is me. I love me, and I love the people around me. Okay, mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. You have a book. Yes, I do. Girl, I wish I'd have bought a copy. It's in the car. You should have bought a copy. It's in the car. It's in the car. Somebody goes to the car and get the book. Can't nobody go get the book. We'll get it next time. We'll pop it on. But yes, the book, Dear Fat Girls When Love Wasn't Enough. And so the title is Dear Fat Girls, but really, Love Thy Belly as a whole, what I've learned is that everybody experiences body image issues for a myriad very different reasons. Fat, skinny, anorexic. Everybody. A lot of people who've given birth before, they'll even come to me talking to me about like their experiences with learning their new body. Wow. Because for a lot of people, birthing people, once they do have the baby and once they do become pregnant and they do give birth, it changes. It does. Your body changes, your mindset changes, everything becomes different. And so it's almost like you're having to relearn this new person. Yes. And so you're having to relearn how to love this person. Oh, man. And that's what a lot of them have been talking to me about, is just that experience. And so yes, Love Thy Belly, or Dear Fat Girls is called Dear Fat Girls, but really that's because that's how I identify. Right. I use fat as an identifier. Right. And so the book was written from my own personal perspective. What would one get out of reading your book? Self-affirmations. How to love yourself. Do you have like journal entries inside of there? There's like assignments? Very special part in the back of the book. Oh, is it? I love books like that. And I really wish I had, so I could just like I know, right? Or read something from it. Yeah. Jesus Christ. But I'm definitely going to check your book out. I need to read that. And I actually wrote a few books myself. Really? I wrote my books from my pain. I have a book called My Demons. Ooh. Girl. Ooh. See, okay, so when I wrote my books, I was in a bad mental place. Like, I was writing and just throwing stuff out there. Like, if I could go back in time, I would kind of tweak it a little bit. But that was focus more on like editing and quality. But it's still a good read. It's still a good read. She's like, I should have brought you some books. We'll do this again. We're going to do this again. We got to redo. We got to pause this and go home and then come back. That would be crazy. So do you do any public speaking at all? Absolutely. Do you love public speaking? Yes. I'm trying to tap into that so bad. I love being in a room full of people. Yes. And then feeling all of that energy,
yes.
taking all of that in and figuring out how I'm going to put what energy I'm going to put back out into.
I love it.
So like I always make sure I step into a room with very positive energy.
Yes.
And even if there's not positive energy in the room, how can I shift that?
How can I
make even these moments that you're experiencing, right? Like everybody comes from something different that they have going on.
Yes.
And so maybe in these moments that you're experiencing with me, maybe some of this love and some of this positivity and some of this light will just rub off on you. Even if it's just for this time that you're in my face.
That's good that you holler at you in my face. When you go home. I don't care what you do.
I don't know.
Oh, you out here. You gonna keep it cool, okay? I feed off the energy so bad.
I can tell.
Oh my God. Like you had energy. I was like, who thank God? But let somebody come in here and the energy is low, I'll just be like, okay. Let me see how I can work through this. Like it's so hard for me to grasp my good energy when somebody's energy is super, super low. Yeah. I cannot stand being around people who are just not high in energy. I can't stand it. And in the field that I'm in, you're going to get everybody with different, and the show must go on. Yeah. So there's times where I will look back at some podcasts and I'll be like,
you could tell you were being drained.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can tell. But it's still personal too. Why am I allowing someone to suck my energy out so easy?
Sometimes you can't help it.
Sometimes you just really can't help it.
It's hard, right? That has to be very intentional.
Yeah.
For you to block out other people, especially if it's negativity.
That's true.
And you have to almost train your mind and your body to say, that's not for me.
Yeah.
What they're experiencing, it is for them, and they're valid in their experience, but I don't have to absorb that, and I don't have to take that in.
That's true.
And that comes with a lot of really intentional self-work, too.
Yes. Wow. Do you like to motivate a lot?
I don't know if I like to.
Or do you feel like it's just
naturally?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it naturally happens.
I feel like if I'm around you all the time, I'll be getting preached to on the daily.
My mom says that sometimes.
Really?
She'll say, "I just didn't want to be motivated today." Sometimes I just want to talk, and people will have to say that to me because I'm a Virgo.
Oh,
so I am a solution-based. Just natural fixer.
Wow.
Right. So then sometimes people have to say, I just want to vent to you.
And that's true.
I don't want a solution. Or sometimes I'm trying to train myself to ask.
Right. Do you want advice?
What do you want? Do you want to vent to me? Do you want advice? Do you just want someone to listen? What is it that you want? So that way I can prepare myself too, right? Because if my natural instinct is to be like, all right, cool. Problem, let's go. I got you. We're going to fix it together.
That's me as a fire sign. Being a Sagittarius, if you come to me and you got an issue, I'm ready to solve an issue. I expect you to solve it with me right then and there. I'm telling you, like, when people come to me, they'll be talking. I don't care what it is, relationships, friendships, just work shifts. I'll quit the job. We can quit today. Yeah. Just leave. We can leave today. Don't even worry about it. But I'm just trying to vent. Like my sister, she tells me all the time before I get going, I'm just trying to vent. I'm just trying to vent before you say something. Just let me vent real quick. Because she know I'm about to go crazy. Yeah, I mean,
she knows, right? It's and that's something that we should all try to do with anybody, right? Any situation, but especially our interpersonal relationships.
That's true.
Like, what do you want? And what do you want? Because I want to be the best version of whatever it is that you need, but I also have to know what it is that you need. Otherwise, I am going to give you something you didn't want.
That's true. I'm going to have to take that into consideration. Work in progress. I ain't saying. I might ask you, what do you want me to, what would you prefer me to say today? You want me to be quiet or no? I'll be able to bite my nails. Ooh, I want to say something so bad.
And what's funny is that, and people in my life probably don't even know this, but when they're talking to me, if they do just want me to listen, sometimes I have to like physically do something and fidget with my hands.
Really?
Yes, because like my instinct, right, is to like fix you, right? Fix this problem, fix the solution, make sure you're being better. You know, I want you to be your best. So like, what do I do? So it's like, okay, they don't want that. They just want you to listen.
You ever pinching your leg?
Like, don't do nothing.
You better shut up. Oh my God. If you had to like tell your younger self something, what would you tell your younger self?
I love that.
I love that question too.
I do. I think is for the young Farron, baby Farron.
I know.
I think every day of my life, I spend my life now where I am in my life.
Yes.
Is making sure that I've done everything to make sure that baby Farron has who she needed.
It's almost like living backwards.
Yes.
You know,
the healing of your inner child, that's real work.
Oh my gosh.
That's real work, real intentional work. And that means that you have to like get to some scary parts.
Yeah.
Right? Because as kids, we get scared of a lot of things. Yes. But we just don't know a lot of things.
Definitely.
And so I would definitely want to say to little Farron that like, you are going to be the greatest that you ever thought you could be. And it is going to take a lot of work. And there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to experience that you won't feel strong enough for.
Yes.
That you were made for it and you will always make it through it.
I love that. My younger self, I would just tell my younger self, girl, keep on laughing and keep enjoying life and leave them boys and them friends alone. But I just feel like growing up, I was in a very controlled environment. And my relationships I chose was very controlled as well. So recently, it's like that healing process can be very brutal sometimes because it would make you face people and things that you was not ready to face. And then you have to also face the reaction to you facing it. You know what I mean? So recently, and I'm just going to share this with you, but actually I made a video on TikTok and I was crying. I was like having a really, really big, overwhelming day where I was just like, I'm tired. I had my kids all summer. I don't get much help with my kids. I need help. You know what I mean? So I was sitting in the car and I just pulled my phone out and I was like, there's somebody out there that feels exactly like me and I want to reach that person. So I was venting and I didn't even know what was going to come out of my mouth. It was just like God and everybody, it was just like, pull your phone out, say how you feel, post it, no regrets. You'll feel better. And I did feel better after I posted it, but I hurt someone in that process, which was my mother. I stated in there that I just felt like I felt neglected when I had my child at 16. Because I was put out of the house. And I was like, oh my God, what I'm going through now is making me feel that neglect. Like, dang, I have nobody to turn to when I need somebody to turn to. It was really awakening for me. And she turned her back on me in that moment. And it hurt so bad because I knew it was going to happen. I seen it coming. And I don't even take it back. For a moment, I was like, I wish I never did that. But when you need to live in your truth and in your story, sometimes you just got to wear that pain on your sleeve and just look, these are my battle scars. This is what I've gone through. Yes, some people may feel a way that I'm speaking out about some of the things I've gone through. But if this is what it takes for me to heal, I got to do it. I got to face these tough choices. I just have to do it. And I know my mom probably still watch my videos, girl. I know you watch my videos, girl. And it's still love. I love my mother dearly. But the things that I went through as a child to my teenagers, it affected my choices as adults because like I said, been in that controlled environment. She told us when to eat. She told us when to sleep. She told us how to maneuver through life. So I felt like I needed somebody constantly telling me what to do. Until I didn't need it no more. Because it turned into abuse. That's deep, y'all.
That's deep. The path from control to abuse is a very quick one.
It's quick.
It's a very short one. And it can happen in ways that you're not expecting it.
Yes.
Like when you spoke about like how he would buy you certain things with his own ulterior motive. That's how those things happen. That's how those power moments, those are moments where your abuser can gain control in those situations. And especially if you have that experience of having been controlled your whole life anyways, it becomes almost like a very natural, like, well, this is what I've always done.
Exactly.
So if I'm used to someone doing this, this is an easy path for me.
Yes.
My mom actually told me that there were some things that in a first podcast that I ever did was the first one of the first few that I did. And I was very open and honest about my experience of living in this 9-year-old body and being bigger and larger than everyone else in my class. Wow. And although I came from a large family, my family making me feel like something was wrong or othered about me because I was larger. But also all of you are too. And so I was very open and honest about my experiences with those different family members. And my mom said it really hurt her feelings. Yes. And although it's important for her to tell me that it hurt her feelings, right? Because she gets to have that. it does not negate the fact that my experience was still valid. And so what I experienced from you all was harmful to me.
Yes.
And it caused me to think differently and to do things differently in my adult life that I would not have done had I not had that experience. No, I don't blame you because you did with the best you could with the time that you were doing those things. I
love that you said that. I don't blame you. And
but you still have to take accountability for what you've done.
And I feel like that's what my mother missed was I'm not trying to target you. I'm just trying to make you aware of what hurts me. Mm-hmm. Take accountability of it. Mm-hmm. I have to face my kids all the time about what their dad did to them. All the time. It may not be like every single day, but there's times where they'll think about it. They'll come to me and be like, do you remember the time so-and-so did this to me and you was crying? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't call they're questioning me. Yeah. All I can do is apologize. That's it. And sometimes that's all you need.
And a lot of kids want that.
They want
People
that.
People don't know that children still want you to apologize to them because your expectation when they do something wrong is to apologize.
Exactly.
So you have to give them that same respect. You got to model for them exactly what it is you want from them.
I've learned so much from my mom by what she didn't give to me, which is that hands-on love. She loves me, but she loves me in a way that wasn't suited for me as a person. Like, you got to learn your kids individually. You have to. Some kids might need hugs to show that if you don't hug your kid, that one kid, they don't feel like you love them. Even though you said, I love you today. You didn't touch me. I don't feel love. So you got to learn your kids for one. So I took so much from my experience with my mother and I put it into my kids. Like, we didn't do birthdays. Oh, I go crazy on my kids' birthdays. I go nuts. We didn't do Christmas. I go crazy on Christmas for my babies. I tell them every day I love them. I try to hug them all the time. I give them a voice. I give my kids a voice. They are young. I give them a voice. I do not have a voice. Let me come tell my mama, I disagree with what you're saying. Oh, you don't disagree, but I'm right. Give your kids a voice now so that they're not looking for it when they're older. You know what I mean? Give it to them now so it's not lost in the sauce. They're gonna need that voice.
The kids I work with, one thing that I always tell them is your voice matters and you are
important. It does. Yes.
And so they have to say that to each other. So if we're having like a group circle and one of them interrupts one of them, I stop them and I say to them, you interrupted them, right? Oh, and so then they'll look at their friend and they'll say, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Your voice matters and you are important.
I love that.
And so it kind of, it manifests in them like, oh wow, like, because you inherently kind of tell someone when you're interrupting them that they don't matter in that moment. That whatever it is you needed to say or whatever it is you need to do matters more than what they needed to do.
That's true.
And so I'm turning that around on them for them to take accountability for it. Oh, I did do something wrong. And what I did wrong, it could have made you feel like you did not matter. And so that's kind of like what I have them train themselves to do. And they come to a point to where I don't have to tell them when they interrupted them. That one of them might say, hey, you interrupted such and such. Right. And so then they'll apologize. Exactly. Because sometimes you interrupt people and you don't mean to.
You don't mean to. Especially when the conversation's good, you'll be like, oh, I got something to say too.
And you mean no harm by it. But the way that it impacts somebody is always more important than what your intentions were for it. Exactly. And I don't use those words with kids because they might not understand them at that time, but I use that action and I let them know these are the things that you can say and do for one another. Yes. And when you teach kids how to hold themselves accountable, then they'll go through life always making sure that they understand how to hold themselves that can do accountable.
Oh my gosh, imagine being an adult that's never been held accountable and you tell them like, no, you're wrong. Oh my God, the adult breakdowns. That's probably why a lot of people out here like killing and just fighting and robbing because they haven't been held accountable at a young age. So they don't even know how to handle not having things. Being told they can't have something, being told they can't do anything.
Being told no is one of the hardest things for people to accept. Yes. Across all demographics.
Oh, yes.
Across all demographics. Being told no is something that's hard for people to accept. But if you were...
I don't like being told no, to be honest.
But if you're trained on how to accept no as it being like, there's a no. And then also, here's the reason for your no. Right. That doesn't... And no, sometimes people think no is a finality, right? Like if I said no this time, that means I'm saying no forever. Yes. No, I'm saying no now, but that doesn't mean that in 2 weeks I might say yes. Or in 2 weeks, the situation might be changed and your question might change, right? You're not always getting a no, but kids always think no means finality.
No, so that's my kids for sure. Yes. They don't ask me for nothing. They're like, you just gonna say no. So they'll go to him and be like, can I please get? I'm like, yeah, you can have it.
See?
Then I'll be like, well, why nobody asked me?
You're on the same team.
You're on the same team. Okay, so when I say, when I'll be like, go ask your daddy, go ask Taryn, that means no. Don't that mean no when the parent say,
you gotta say no in front of the kid and then let her be like, okay, babe, look here, we gotta go back and tell them yes. I said no, but we gotta go back and tell them
that's how it's supposed to be done. I'm telling you, when one parent say go ask the other parent, you're supposed to say no naturally. I just thought I'd throw that out there because you're here. I wanted to go ahead and just.
We're gonna work together. You can tell me though that you want to say yes. Now we're gonna figure it out together.
And we'll figure it out. How do we
go back and say yes?
Yeah, because most of the times I want to tell them yes, but if your chores aren't done, I'm gonna say no. And then if you work my nerves all day, I'm just gonna say no, just whatever. They know better. Don't even come in.
My thing is, you can always take back a no.
You can.
You cannot take back a yes.
Ooh, because it's gonna be gone. Kids eat up snacks in 2 seconds.
Right, you give them a yes, you've already given them permission, so that's yes forever. But if you say no, you can say yes later.
Definitely.
So that's why I would say no first.
I love it. So where do you see yourself in the next future?
How long?
I really don't like to say. Let's say short term. Like, what are your goals for the rest of this year? Because oh my gosh, y'all. So this year is literally going by extremely, extremely fast. It's already August. December.
My birthday's at the end of the month.
Girl, you're right. Yes, it really is. You're like, okay, this is my birthday. Let's go out. Mine is your birthday because that don't count. Like, what's your goals? What needs to happen?
For Love Thy Belly, the plan is that I solidify all of the partnerships that I want to have this year. Okay. And those will be the partnerships that I'll have in the future. That's not to say that I'm not open to new partnerships.
What do you want these partnerships to do? What do you mean by that?
Collaborating. Different things. So whether that be an event collaboration or that be venue collaboration, or maybe we have, I know a few different people want to work with me in different aspects. I do a lot of art. So I have candles, I do art, and then I have my book as well.
Yes.
So people want just different organizations or different entities want to kind of partner with me and with Love Thy Belly on those different things. So solidifying those partnerships, what that means, what that looks like. Recently, I just got my stuff featured in Sis Got Tea, which is a queer-owned tea shop on Baxter Avenue. So if you want any Love Thy Belly candles, resin art, or
are they open right now? What time they close?
At 8.
They close at 8. Can you text me the address before we leave? No, because I will go and get one before, because it's right around the corner.
Baxter's right here. I'll sell you a book right now.
You got candles and stuff with you?
I believe I have one candle.
Would it make sense to go to the store and get it?
No, you can just get them off me right now.
I'm thinking more from a support of like I'm coming into
so you can go. Yeah, so you can do both.
So they can show that you're selling them through the. You know what I mean? It's up to you. I don't care. We got cash out. We'll just I'm just saying, like, if it's in the store, shouldn't we just go to the store and support it being in the store?
You sure can.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Oh my god.
What kind of candles is it? More of like, so I have a candle with a purpose. Like, this is for healing. This is for shut up.
So I have the Body Love candles that are the same shape as the Body Love resin goddesses that I make. There's 2 different bodies. There's one that has a head and one without a head. So that's up to you how you personally do it. And all of those candles are the Love Thy Belly signature scent. Wow. And then I also have regular style candles.
We're about to pause this. Do you want to go to the car and get it real fast?
I can.
Okay, so we're going to pause, y'all, because it's no point of, she got it. Her car's right outside the door. So hold on. Okay, guys. So I had her go out to the car. Let me see. Yay! I love it. Look, she tried to show it to me when she walked in. I was like, don't show me. I don't want to look. I love it.
That's your copy. So before I leave, I'll sign it for you too.
I love it. I love that it's big. Dear fat girls.
You get it.
Period.
You guys big.
Oh, look, y'all. At the end, she got the journal. I'm about to go crazy. Okay, is there a part in here that you want to read?
Absolutely.
I take it. Okay, let me show them this candle though. The logo. Tell me about this logo.
So, There was a girl I went to school with at U of L years
flowers?
ago. Mm-hmm. Oh. So the special thing about those flowers are actually from my best friend's wedding bouquet.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because my friends, my family, everybody in my life is so supportive of everything that I do.
Yes.
And so those are who show me love.
Yes.
And so when the candle's with you, showing you love, you get a piece of the love that I experience as well.
I don't even want to light it. It smells so good.
She just opened it up and you can just...
As soon as you take it off, you can smell it. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I probably am going to light it.
Yeah.
I can see myself, because usually I like to light my candles and then go to bed.
Yes. So when you light it though, what does it give? What's that feeling it gives you?
Calm.
Yes.
I like it. This is giving me very calm. This reminds me of something from Bath and Body Works.
Oh.
Do you know how to get your products in there?
They only sell their own. I know. But you know who does sell Love Thy Belly stuff?
Who?
Sis Got Tea.
Sis Got Tea.
On Baxter Avenue.
I'm gonna leave this open because this smells
okay. Just put that room in the room.
I love it. I want to light it and I don't want to light it at the same time. Girl, give my book. Let me try to leave with it. Oh no, you're supposed to read something from it. You gotta make sure she don't leave with this book, yo.
I got you. I'll actually read. I don't want to be too long. So the foreword, it's not long, but I'll just read the last excerpt from the foreword.
Okay.
To each and every one of you fat girls that were told you were lesser than, not good enough, those whom were used, abandoned, shamed, ignored, outright disrespected, abused, and every trauma you have endured in between. To my fat girls who have survived and are surviving depression and anxiety. To my fat girl who fight hard and harder every day against a world that sees your fat as unnatural. Remember, you are human. Those around you may forget, but you don't have to.
I love that. What was your process like when you was writing this?
Tears, lots and lots of tears. So actually, like sometimes when I have to reread it, it's kind of like reliving those moments again.
Yes.
So I wrote this book as a part of my healing process to heal from my relationship.
Yes.
And I'll show you. You should still buy the book. But
y'all gonna have to buy the book.
In the book, these are Post-its.
Oh. Did you write sticky notes and just put them all over the house? Wow.
So part of my healing process was to create these tiny reminders.
I'm going to read this first one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
These tiny reminders of myself that I would just put all around the house. Because when you're healing from abuse that is emotional and psychological,
yes,
you have to have constant things that are trying to tell you that whatever it was that you were experiencing is not the reality.
Yes.
That was that person, that was their projections, and it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. And so one of my Post-its that I would keep was one on my fridge, and it would say, "Your fat is beautiful." Because everyone always associates fat with being like someone who overeats or doesn't take care of themselves. Well, that's not who I am. And so that's not who a lot of fat people are. It's not because you overeat. It's not because you don't exercise. Your body is your body. And so a part of that process for me was reminding myself that my fat body didn't prevent me from doing anything, didn't prevent me from being who I wanted to be. And it does not mean that I don't deserve love.
Yes.
And so a part of that was having those Post-its all around the house, just as little reminders. And I remember one time I left for the weekend. And so my partner at the time, she took all my Post-its down.
Wow.
And so when I came home, they weren't there anymore.
Wow.
And it was like, you can't take them out of my book.
And
so it was just kind of like this process of me saying, you've tried to take so much from me, and I get to take all of that back.
Yes.
Put it in this book, tell my story, the story that happened to me.
Yes.
And no matter that everyone in the world might say, well, just because she did it to you doesn't mean she's not going to do it to you. Doesn't mean she'll do it to anybody else. It's still my story that I still get to tell. And I still get to say that what happened to me was not right.
Yes.
And there might be somebody else in this world who has that same story or a very similar story, that they just want to take back their voice and take back their power.
Yes.
And so that's what that was for me.
I love it. And I want to read one of these for y'all because I just want to cry and I'll be trying not to. It's different when you have somebody that has a story that's relatable. It's very emotional. And it don't matter how long ago, it still hits you like, dang, another woman, another person. It don't matter male or female. It's real.
People can really cause other people harm. Again, intentionally or unintentionally does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
The impact of what you've done does matter. And what you do after someone has let you know, this is how you impact me. That is that moment of importance, and that is that moment of clarity.
You have on here, this is one of the sticky notes, guys. It says, "Dear fat girl, you were manipulated. You did not allow yourself to be."
Because sometimes we convince ourselves that the harm that someone caused to us is our fault. That harm is not your fault. Even when you stay, that is still not your fault, right? Yes, there's accountability in it, but also it's hard to leave certain things. If someone's telling you that they love you, then in your head, you want to keep telling yourself, well, you do love me, because you say you love me.
But you don't show it. We forget to make people show us. I'm all about action. If you do not show me you care for me, I don't care what you say.
Or when you've shown me that you don't care for me, I have to believe that.
You gotta believe it.
I have to look at that moment, look at that action, and say, that is still a projection of you, who you are, and where you are.
And not me.
I don't deserve that.
Not me. It's not my fault. You know, we can't take blame for how people treat us. But what we can take blame for is staying. The choices we make.
Even staying is so hard, because it's like, again, you've been telling me that you love me, so I'm going to convince myself that you do. And so the process of leaving is a hard one. I deal with kids who've been abused. And so being in an abusive relationship myself, it's like, I should know these signs. I should know what abuse looks like. I should know that I am being a survivor of that situation. But when you're living your day-to-day life, you're not thinking about those things. For me, what helped me was that I'd been working 3 jobs, and I was getting my master's, and I was in this terrible relationship. And so I ended up stopped working 2 of those jobs. I graduated from my master's program. And so now all I have is 1 job in this relationship to focus on. And so now I'm realizing these things were not okay. And when I'm bringing them to you, saying, hey, this is what you've done, this is how it's affected me. And you have no remorse, you're not sorry, and you also you're legitimizing your behaviors. Well, now you've let me know that this is who you are as a person to me, and I can't put up with this, and I can't be a part of this. And sometimes that means that you have to be self-reflective, even when you have so much going on in your life. You do have to give yourself those moments, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. Not even 5 consecutive minutes, right? It might be 1 minute the first hour of the day. You know, you have to give yourself a moment to be reflective of what you're experiencing right now.
My moments are usually when I'm in the shower. That's the only time when I'm at home. Oh my gosh. Especially just having kids. If you don't have kids, it might be something different. But for me, it's when I'm in the shower. Sometimes I'll just get in there and just stand. Literally just stand and just let the water just
Or before, like, when you get off work and you just sit in your car for a little bit.
Oh my God.
Your car time.
Or when you go and pick you up some snacks and you eat in the car with the air on and you got the music on low. You just sitting there.
Be intentional in those moments of reflecting. These are the things that I experienced today. These are the ways that it affected me. It's a self-check. You got to check in with yourself.
You have to. Emotionally,
mentally, but then also you have to make sure you're checking in with yourself physically too, right? My physical self, how does my physical self feel? Was I harmed in any way physically today? Or especially like anybody who has breast, or if you have a prostate, physically checking in with yourself is so important.
It's super important.
It's important to your overall health. It's also important to your mental health to always be checking in with yourself.
Your mental health I feel like is your number 1 priority, because it gives you the green light to keep going for everything else around you. I'm really big on my space. As far as like who comes into my space, who walks into my house, who's around my kids, even who gets in my car. I won't even offer you a ride if I feel like your aura's off. Like, you just can't get in here, because it sticks. You know, energy sticks. And I don't want that around me. I want to read another one of these. Sticky nose. It says, "Dear fat girl, take up all the space you want." Period. Tell me about that.
Taking up space. So you when you are a big person, your body already physically takes up space, right? And so people look at you because you are physically taking up space. So you're going to get looks. You're going to get the eyes. You're going to get stares. I wear a lot of revealing clothing. I wear like crop tops and really tight pants and tight skirts. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people feel like because I'm fat, I shouldn't, right? Yes. Because they don't want to necessarily see my fat body expressing myself in the way that I do. And so a part of that is, if you want to wear something that showcases your body, wear that. You're going to take up space regardless. People are going to look at you regardless. So you might as well take up that space and own that. Because you deserve to own whatever space you enter.
So for someone who is watching this, if they are lacking confidence, you have a lot of confidence already. You've already worked through the steps to get to where you are now. But someone on the other end of this camera may not have it. What would you tell them? Like, what would be the first step to just really, really building yourself back up in the body that you have, no matter the size, no matter the shape? What would be the very first step for you?
Sign up for my body confidence class on my website, belly.org. I do have body confidence courses and self-love courses that we can work on together. But just a little freebie for you is...
She's like, this is a free...
I got you. 45 seconds. Or even 35 seconds. 45 seconds. Under a minute. Spend under a minute looking at yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, I love you. Wow. Over and over again. And then once you get past that, start learning how to say it to different parts of you. I love my arms because they carry heavy loads. Yes. I love my legs because they carry me throughout my day. Yes. I love my belly because it's the core of who I am. It holds all my major organs and it makes sure that I'm alive. Yes. Taking time to be really intentional with yourself and your body. Yes. It's so important because it helps you have a good relationship with your body. Yes. And the better your relationship with your body is, the better you can move throughout this world.
You have a scripture on your arm.
Both arms.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so both of these are written in my Nana's handwriting.
Really?
Wow. Yep. And so this one's Psalm 46:5, and this is what is it? She's clothed in strength and dignity and laughs without fear of the future. So Proverbs 31:25. Wow. And God's within her, she will not fail. Psalm 46:5.
I love that. And you said your grandmother wrote it.
My Nana's handwriting. Wow. So she actually hates tattoos, and so I had to trick her into it. But I just had to write it on a piece of paper, and then I took it to a tattoo artist, and they put it on my body.
So it has a lot of meaning to you. Yeah. What made you put it on you, though?
I love tattoos. I do. But my tattoos are all very intentional for what I'm experiencing. Right. And what means a lot to me. Yes. My Nana hates tattoos. So she hates
she doesn't like them.
I like things that mean something to me and have a good meaning to me. And so my family's, they're all Christian. And I was raised in a Christian household. And the Bible is very important to my family. And Christianity is and Jesus, those things that are very important to my family. Yes. And my family is very important to me. Yes. And although they don't necessarily agree with the fact that I don't necessarily go to church, they respect me as a person. And so I meet them where they are, right? Yes. This means a lot to you. And the words mean a lot to me, right? She's clothed in strength and dignity and laughs without fear of the future. Wow. Everything that I'm going to do in my life has already been destined for me. And I'm going to go through that. And I'm going to laugh at anything. Or I'm going to find moments of joy in my life, regardless of what I'm experiencing.
I love that.
And then she laughs without fear of the future. She laughs without fear of the future. God's within her. She will not fail. And God can be what it means to you. And for me, God's power, God's love, God's energy, God's my family. Yes. So for me, I have my family no matter what. Whatever happens in my life, everybody can leave me, but I know for a fact that my family will never leave me. Yes. And so I will always have that to stand on. I love And so for me, it was more of the words, the scriptures themselves, what they say and what that meaning is.
Yes. Wow. What do you pride yourself in the most?
My ability to love.
Oh, you just give off love naturally.
My ability to move through life with love.
Your friends just love, like, you know, like,
I'm a good time too. I'm a fun.
Yeah, just love being around you. Like, just sitting here, I'm just like, I'm cool. I just feel like I can just sit and listen to you. Aww. That's a really big deal because I usually like to talk like a lot. Like, I don't know if you watch like a lot of my videos, but I'm usually like the talker. I love that. And I love that you're here and you have your own. You stand for something. When you stand for something, you got something to say. Mm-hmm. And you here, you know who you are. You know your brand. I love it.
And what's crazy, my brand grows with me.
It does.
So as I grow, as I develop, so does that. And I think that for me, that's the most beautiful thing of it, is that anybody and everybody can be a part of it. Yes. But it is very specifically for fat and large body people who don't have representation. Yes. We don't get a lot of representation in fashion. We don't get a lot of representation in film, in media. True. It's just not there for us. Or when it is there, it's these very like stoic kind of like stories of, oh, I'm fat, so I hate my life. Right. Or, oh, I'm fat, so I have to change myself in order for people to love me, or in order for me to be a better person. Right. These are the storylines that we're being fed, so that's what people are going to believe. That's true. And so a part of Love Thy Belly is this representation is all the stories. Mm-hmm. There are plenty of fat people who love their bodies and don't hate their bodies. That's true. And there are stories of people who do want to change their bodies. And that is a personal choice that people get to make. Mm-hmm. But there should not be societal notions that these things, we have to change ourselves because you said I have to change myself. I should change myself because that's something that I want. Exactly. And that's something that I need. Yes. Not based off of anybody else.
I love that. What do you feel like you're most proud of? It's probably a lot. Gotta narrow it down.
So really the thing that I have to work on the most is feeling like I'm enough. Okay. And feeling like I'm significant and that I've done enough. And that's something that I struggle with still. Yeah. But I think what I'm proud of is that where I was 4 years ago with my feelings of insignificance, I'm not there anymore. Exactly. And yeah, it still hurts and it's still such a struggle for me, but I've changed so much. Yes. I self-wrote and self-published an entire book.
Yes. And that's not easy to do. It's not. At all. It's so much that comes with it. At all. It's not as why I ain't do it again.
Okay, that's my first book, and I just don't know if I'm going to do another one. Because
I actually have 3 out. I have a children's book, Love, which is a children's book. And then I have My Demons and Love Lost. So I have 3. Oh, my gosh. I really do love to write. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've been lacking, I don't know, maybe the space, the environment. Like when I was writing those things, I was in a bad place. Mm-hmm. I was in a very, very bad place. I don't really know how to sit down and write something that's like maybe positive or make up a story because I don't have no pain in me. You know, some people just work better when they're hurt.
I experienced that.
I'm one of them people.
After that, I experienced that. I was like, I got it all out.
It's out.
I don't need all of that pain, all of that hurt, all of those things I was experiencing. I got it all out. That's why I couldn't be no artist. So do I have anything else to say? But you do.
You do, but you don't.
You have to find your new voice. Yeah. Because that was your voice that you had at the time. True. The voice for my demons, I'm sure is very different than the voice for your children's book.
Oh, yes.
So, right, these are still, all of it's still you, all of it's still your voice. Yes. But sometimes we have a new voice and we have something new that we need to get out and we need to say.
And the cool thing is I have podcasts now. Okay. So that's kind of replacing me writing because sometimes I'll be like, I want a podcast that's more motivational. So I start looking for people that I feel like can fit that need. Mm-hmm. So like this would be an example of that. Somebody that can come on and be motivational. Like that's me writing, y'all. I'm still writing.
You're still telling the story.
I wrote down my podcast plan, period. I love it. I love what you're doing. I love what you stand for. How long you been locked up?
3 years. It'll be 4 in January.
Hey! You Honey, I love it.
Best decision I ever made.
I let my locks get messy. Okay. I barely do retwists. I hate getting retwists.
Is it the process of sitting there?
No, I don't like how it looks. Really? I like the messy, like just that natural, I've been out here thugging it look. I love, because I feel like that's the whole reason why I even lock my hair is to not touch it. So I just be embraced. Like, look, this is roots, y'all. This is all roots. I love the lock journey. It's personal. What made you lock your hair?
It's funny. So when I was going through that relationship, I was like, I'm just gonna shave my head off. I'm just gonna shave it.
Thing. That was wild. That's funny.
I did.
You shaved yours?
No, I told myself I was going to.
I locked mine to stop from cutting my hair.
I was like, okay, girl, do you really want to shave your head, or are you just like going through the most?
Just going through it.
So then I told myself, I said, all right, I'll give you a year. If you still want to shave your head off in a year, we'll let you do it.
Okay.
A year went by. I was like, I don't want to shave my head off. Yeah. So then I was like, I'm gonna lock my hair.
Same thing. You didn't do it right away.
I said, all right, I'll give you a year. If you still want to lock your hair, we'll do it, right? Because I need to make sure that I'm making decisions that are not impulsive. This is my hair, right? So I want to make sure that like I'm doing something that like I actually want to do and not just to do it.
That's true.
And so then I gave myself another year and I was like, I still want to lock my hair. So there we go.
You know what? I was standing in the mirror looking at my hair and I said, I just want to be bald. Because I was tired of combing my hair. Okay. I was stressed out. Kids were stressing me out. I was like, I'm just over life. I just want to cut my hair. And I grabbed had some beeswax. I don't know where the beeswax came from.
Really?
I never bought beeswax. Why was it even in the, I swear to God, it was just sitting there. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to twist my hair up.
Really?
I twisted my hair up and the next day, every twist came unraveled. Every twist, it became a challenge for me. It literally occupied 30 days straight for me because it kept coming down. And it distracted me from what I was going through. I would wake up in the morning, this would be down, the back would be down, the side. It was just always something. And I'll be in the mirror like, let me try to, I was so focused on getting it. I'm like, no, you getting locked. You gonna stay. You ain't going nowhere. One day I woke up and all my locks was still there. I did not have to retwist it. My ends was nice and coily. It was so pretty. And I was just looking in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I feel so beautiful. I felt like a goddess. Okay. I felt like a goddess. So I was going outside. I did like this little clip style. I didn't know how to do like styles just yet. So I clipped my sides up. I had my little bangs down. And I was just outside. Everybody was just like, "Ooh, your hair is so pretty." And girl, from there, I was stuck. I said, I would never undo I was stuck. But it just took from me just like going through something. And I would say the universe just provided me with an outlet because I was focused on something else for once. And before you knew it, I was just like, dang, I don't even know what I was going through. You know, it didn't even matter to me no more. I got locks now. So when I wear my locks, I wear them with pride.
Love them. I love them so much. Girl. I'm like, and I feel like I have, I've always had a relationship with my hair. My mother's a cosmetologist. And so I've always had like a really strained relationship with my hair. Yeah. Because it was like, if she couldn't do it, then I didn't get it done.
That's true.
And so once I went to college, it was like I had to figure it out on my own. Like, what was I going to do? Who was going to do my hair? So I went through all of these different kind of like experiences with my hair. So shaving my head off was not like something that was far-fetched for me to think. Right. But because I had cut it so short, I had like this really short, like, you remember when Rihanna had that like pixie cut?
I did the pixie cut too! I think we're sisters.
I mean, it's giving.
That's giving very much. That's funny.
So, I mean, you know, so it's just like, I needed to figure out this journey with my hair for me. Yeah. And so my locks became a part of everything about my journey. Wow. It was like a closing of one chapter and an opening of a new chapter. And incidentally, I got it done in 2020, and then right after I got it done, the whole world shut down. So
girl, so we had no.
We
it was perfect timing, right? I really don't gotta do my hair now. Perfect timing. But I just want to thank you so much for just taking time and coming here. It was so nice talking
to you. I appreciate it.
You are beautiful inside out. I love every single thing about you. I wouldn't change a thing.
Oh, thank you.
And I can't wait to just watch what you do over the next few months to a year to many more years after that. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Go ahead and shout your social media out one last time. Okay. Everything will also be linked down in the description box, guys. Okay?
She's so fancy. I like that. So, September 30th is the Love That Fat is Sexy fashion show. at Creative Events Venue on Crittenden Drive.
Yes.
So if you would like a ticket, you can go ahead and subscribe to my Linktree and get access to everything. The Linktree is Linktree/LoveThyBelly. It has all social media information, and my information is at Love Thy Belly across all social media platforms. So TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, at Love Thy Belly, LoveThyBelly. And it's your girl, Farron Kia. Make sure you check me out.
And guys, that's it. And as always, I'm back. Bye, guys.